It was not something I wanted to deal with at 18 years old. It was very serious. It was very fucking adult. It was very... Not a lot of you will know this, but I actually have two younger brothers. They're called Louis and Finley. They're 17, 20 years old. Fine young men. And these are 10 things, as your older brother, boys, this video is for you. 10 things, 10 rules that I've figured out through my life, through fucking up, through the hard way, basically, that I hope you can learn from. Number one, when I was 18, I broke up with my first ever girlfriend. I've been with her from 16 to 18 years old. And that first girlfriend was the only girl that I'd had sex with. I was just a one girl kind of guy. I just had my one lady. She was a fine lady. And we'd been making love on a regular basis. Now, it came to go into university, and in the UK and in all parts of the world, often when couples look to go to a university, they end up breaking up. So for whatever reason, our relationship stopped working and we broke up, and I went out into the world a free man. Now, before, I'd had this one girlfriend, which meant I'd been sleeping with the same girl. Very safe. She'd only slept with me. We lost our virginity together. No sexually transmitted diseases to be found. And also, she was on the pill, which meant she couldn't get pregnant, which meant I could come in her as much as I wanted and there would be no babies. Now, what happened when I went to university is I kept this same mentality. All women are virgins and none of them can get pregnant. Now, life doesn't work that way. And when I got to university at 18 years old, I got a very rude awakening because, I kid you not, the first girl I slept with, I got pregnant, which was upsetting for both of us. She had an abortion in the end, which is very damaging for a girl. I still feel for her now because it was a horrible thing. We were in the same place. I don't know if you boys know what an abortion is, but if it's far enough along, a girl has to basically have a heavy period with the dead fetus. So that stuff is nasty. And it was not something I wanted to deal with at 18 years old. It was very serious. It was very fucking adult. It was very scary at the time. I definitely didn't want children. So shortly after that, I'd stopped coming in girls because I'd got mum pregnant. I'd learnt my lesson. But I hadn't started wearing condoms yet. And I was going back home for Christmas. And I'd been having trouble going for a wee. I've been weeing and it'd really fucking sting. Really badly. So I'd have to stop weeing. I'd be like, fuck! It feels like I'm pissing out bits of glass. And I got home and I said to my mum, I don't know what's gone on at uni, but something's happened and I cannot go to the toilet without crying. And she said, well, you've probably got a sexual transmitted infection then, haven't you, for being a dirty, horrible fuck? And I said, yeah, sorry, mum, I probably have. So I went to the doctors and I had chlamydia and I had to take the antibiotics to get rid of that. So rule number one, boys, is fucking wear condoms. Take it from your brother. It's something I use now all the time because you don't want to be making girls pregnant, even if they have an abortion. It's fucking nasty business. You don't want to be doing that. It's fucking adult. It's nasty. It's fucking weighs heavy on your mind. Don't get girls pregnant, for starters, unless you want a child. And two, you don't know what these girls are carrying. You fuck one chick, she's fucked 100 guys. Each of those guys has fucked 100 chicks. You've just slept with 1 million guys. That's the simple maths on that. That's the only maths that you need when it comes to wearing condoms. So wear a condom until you find a woman that you really love, and then you can take it off and both be clean and safe with each other. So boys, rule number one, sounds stupid, but so many guys I hear these days just fucking say, no, I'll never wear a condom. Yeah, what, wear a fucking condom? Why would I do that? That'd be shit. No, it wouldn't be shit. What would be shit would be getting AIDS or fucking syphilis or having fucking children when you don't want them. So rule number one, boys, take it from your big brother. Wear fucking condoms, okay? Rule number two is a lot more light-hearted than the first one. Invest in one of the razors that doesn't cut your ball sack when you're shaving. Like I've seen them, I can't remember what they're called, Manscaped. I need to actually follow this own rule myself because the reason I came up with this rule today was because I was shaving my ball sack and I cut it with my razor. And that shit happens all the time and it really hurts. And there's just no point in doing that to yourself. You've got to stay well groomed these days. You want girls going down there, you've got to stay well groomed. It's polite. Just invest in one of those razors. I've heard they don't cut the ball sack. So boys, go and get one of those. Maybe you guys have already got one, Maybe it's your older brother who's just lacking behind, but there you go, boys. That's a rule for you. Rule number 3, don't do cocaine. It seems like a very simple rule, but when you get into university, when you start to get older, the lines blur between what's okay and what's not okay, and people start sharing stuff around, having a good time. And the problem with me was I thought coke was pretty much a good thing because I'd seen it glamorized in movies like The Wolf of Wall Street. I went to university thinking, yeah, coke's fucking amazing. It's going to make me so confident. It's going to make me able to do sales and all this shit. Coke is a really bad drug. It's nasty, nasty business. It certainly made me the worst version of myself, incredibly selfish, talking way too much, way more than normal, overly confident, completely crazy. So boys, you might have seen it glamorized. It might seem like a bit of fun, but take it from your older brother and stay away from cocaine. It is not fun and it will destroy your bank account and your health and your fucking mind. That shit will leave you depressed. So it might look fun in the movies. Just stay away. Stay away from the cocaine. Number 4. This one's very common these days. I see people doing this all the time. I've done it myself. Don't vape. If you're gonna smoke, be a man. Fucking smoke, roll up cigarettes or cigars. Don't smoke these vapes. Look, I thought originally they would be good as well. They don't smell bad like cigarettes, but the problem is these things have got fucking loads of chemicals in them. They're destroying your lungs. The 2 times that I've bought a vape and used it, one of those disposable ones, I've got really bad chest infections. Trust me, you'll see in the news over the next few years, these fucking things are bad, bad news. They're bad for your health, bad for everything. They'll probably make you unable to get an erection. They'll probably stop you gaining muscle. They'll probably turn you into a soy boy. So fucking stop vaping. If you need to, for my 2 younger brothers, I hope you don't smoke at all. Don't smoke the vapes, don't smoke cigarettes. If you're gonna smoke something, smoke fucking cigarettes is what I'd say over smoking these vapes. Because these things, they're fucking crazy. You don't wanna be putting that stuff in your lungs. It's gonna really harm you. So there's number 4. Don't smoke vapes. Be a man, smoke cigars. Number 5, when I got to university and then for subsequent years after that, I argued with a lot of women. I just didn't know my way around women yet, and I just find myself in arguments with them all the fucking time. The problem with arguing with a woman is you can't win with logic when you're in an emotional argument with a woman. So the best way to look after your girlfriend, to keep her on your side, to have a good relationship, to make sure that you two love each other, is to not argue at all. And instead, take yourself out of the room and you just calm down and you just stay cool as a cucumber and never rise or give them emotional responses. They will love you for that. They want you to be there and be a rock and not be shaken by whatever she said to you or whatever she wants to argue about. You just fucking brush it off your shoulders. So even when things annoy you, boys, don't argue there and then with your girlfriend. What you need to do is stay solid as a rock. Let it not bother you at that point in time. Give her some responses. Say, look, if you're going to shout, you're going to argue, go. Leave the house. We'll talk about this another day. I'm not bothered. I'm cool as a cucumber. Girls will love you for it. Keep you out of trouble. Make sure you don't do anything stupid when you're having an argument with your girlfriend. And generally make your life just much, much nicer. And girls will speak about you in a much nicer way to their friends, to their family, all that sorts of things. Number 7 is get comfortable being on your own. When I was at first at uni, I always needed people around me. I was always looking to have my friends around me. And what that did was it stopped me from having time to reflect on who I actually was and what I actually wanted. We need times of solace, times alone as a man where we can actually reflect on our behavior, reflect on how we're going through life, reflect on our own views and opinions, and challenge some of those things and come up with new ways to make ourselves happier. If you spend all of your time with other people, if you fill every second of your day with activity, seeing girls, seeing guys, hanging out with your buddies, smoking weed, doing all this stuff, going to work, coming back, no time alone, you will find that time flies by and you haven't really navigated life well. You haven't decided where you want to go. You just got taken up with the bunch and you just end up somewhere. So if you actually want to decide what you want to do with your life and you want to navigate your way through it, you need to find a way to spend time alone. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but you need to spend time alone by yourself and be comfortable with that, because that is how you grow. Okay, this is number 8. And I want my 2 brothers to listen to this one closely. I want you to take as many risks as possible, 20 to 30, because there's really nothing that can go wrong. Remember, I'm your older brother. You ever need something, you come to me and I'll sort you out. We'll make sure you're okay. But the only way you're going to achieve something great in this life, you're really going to end up doing something amazing, if that's what you want to do, is by taking huge risks. And remember, You can fail doing something you don't like. You can get the job, you can get the secure job, you can work there 10 years up until you're 20 to 30. You can get the house, get the mortgage, you can get the wife, and then you can get fired from that secure job. That company can go under. Everything is risky. So risk for the things that you actually want. Do the things that you actually want to do. Take the risks you want to take. Don't be scared. You're young. 20 to 30 is where you play ball. It's where you fucking gamble in those years. You don't play it safe in those years. So 20 to 30, boys, I want you guys taking risks. I want you guys trying things, failing things, learning the lessons. It's what's going to turn you into a great man later on in life. Number 9, it's another one about women. Take women off the pedestal if they're on one in your mind. If you worship the ground that women walk on. And women are beautiful, beautiful creatures. And I love women. Anyone who knows me closely knows that that's a fact. But you need to take women off a pedestal. You can't worship them and the ground they walk on. And the reason why is because when you do, you make stupid, stupid decisions. When a girl can see that you worship her, she can ask for things, she can make you do things that you might not want to do that are not in your best interest. So remember, you're number 1. Number 10, my final rule for you is, boys, be a gentleman in all walks of life. And being a gentleman is treating others with respect, treating yourself with respect, holding the door open for women, treating them nicely, texting them back, fucking not ghosting them after you've banged them, all that sort of stuff. You need to treat people nicely. So don't put women on a pedestal, but also be a gentleman. And this means taking care of people, looking after people, walking through people's lives. And they say about you, fuck me, that guy was such a gentleman. He was such a legend. He was such a nice guy. I loved being around him. And that's what you want these girls to say. That's what you want the people that you work with to say. That's what you want everyone to say. So be a gentleman, have some morals. Don't be a fucking hooligan. Don't be a fucking some stupid kid for too long. Be a gentleman, look after others, know that you need some values in your life, that you can't just be a fucking little hooligan your whole life. You need to harbour some James Bond inside you. So boys, Louis, Finn, it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that those rules take you far in your lives and you both become incredibly successful. And if you ever need anything, remember, you can always call your older brother. I might be in Thailand, but I still fucking exist, boys. So if you ever want to message me or actually see if I'm still alive, you can message me. That's all for today, boys. If you want to join the Gorilla Tribe, the link is in the description. We'll be doubling the price in the next 2 days. So if you boys want to get in now to the tribe, to the course. It's the last time it'll be at this price. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you all on the next one.